Smackdown Hot Takes is where I ask your thoughts, your opinion, your hot takes, if you will, after each Smackdown, Raw, and or PLE Saturday Night Main Event as well. You know, we do a tribute to the troops. I'll do a hot take video on that. But today video, we're not going to have the comments shown because my internet is out, so I have to be a little creative on how I'm going to get this hot take video out on Saturday at a decent time, but that's my problem, not yours. Let's start with Candy Marmaid. Cody is not needed on SmackDown. SmackDown is fine without him. To be fair, nobody is needed on SmackDown at this moment other than the Bloodline. The Bloodline saga has completely taken over SmackDown, more so than usual. That storyline is just completely all over the place in a good way. And honestly, if they didn't have to appease like the networks, they should swap Cody and Gunther. Because Gunther's title reign, the way that he's presented, he's more of a low-key character. He doesn't get a lot of airtime. He doesn't get a lot of prominence even on Raw, where there's not this huge dominating storyline that overshadows everything. Gunther still, he's usually not in the main event. He's kind of just, he comes out real quick for a promo and then he exits. And Cody's storyline is beginning to heat up. Cody's storyline, while not must-see TV right now, will be very soon. And if they put that storyline on Raw, I think it would be amazing. And just throw Gunther on SmackDown where he can still be kind of this low-key champion, and then Roman can just dominate. So does that make sense? It has nothing to do with whether or not Cody is boring. It just has everything to do with how intense and awesome this Bloodline storyline has become. Sorry, 1800. Solo is having a little too much fun with this run. 100% agree. Oh my god, I love Solo now. He came out of freaking nowhere from being very not entertaining to amazingly awesome. Ever since Bad Blood, the dude's been just on a roll, on fire, to the point where I kind of don't want him to lose at War Games now, because I'm afraid that they'll just disband after this, because, oh my god, Solo is so great. Where were you hiding, Solo Sikoa, the Tribal Chief? If you keep acting like this, dude, for real, I will be acknowledging you. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce this name, and I apologize. I'm dyslexic, so sometimes I get your guys' names wrong completely. I've been saying come at me now when it's actually come at meow. And come at meow is way funnier than come at me now. But in my head, I was reading it a certain way. I thought it was completely correct until I was corrected. So please feel free to correct me when I butcher your names. But if you could, in the comment below, phonetically spell your name for me, I would appreciate it, because this is a community, and in communities, we should know each other's names. Hi, my name is Ken. I'm a Paul Heyman guy, and you are? Anyways, I can't pronounce your name, but B-Fab and Berto really impressed me tonight. Berto, yes, but I always knew Berto had it in him, so I kind of like just enjoyed watching him get to showcase himself. But B-Fab, holy crap, B-Fab surprised me. She was looking really, really good. We can get her in more women's matches. I would like that, because I see a lot of potential in B-Fab. Great observation. Berto, great job. B-Fab, surprise of the night. Green Bean, love it or hate it, I think Reed was a good choice. Honestly, Reed looked like he belonged with them. Reed looked like a long-lost cousin. The reason why I hate it is because I just don't think they needed a fifth member. But I did love his involvement, because, wow, they have elevated Bronson Reed so high up the card in such a short time frame, even with 2 losses. I don't think Bronson Reed has won a big time match since he became Bronson Reed the Monster, but like, for real, I don't even think about Bronson losing to Braun Strowman. I don't even think about Bronson losing to Seth Rollins. All I think about is Bronson Reed destroying people. So I do love that aspect of it. For Bronson Reed's career, this is awesome and amazing. My main problem is, who are they going to get for the 5th member of Roman's bloodline. But like you said, love it or hate it, I don't got a choice, so I might as well just focus on the parts that I love, and I love Bronson getting elevated. And love or hate when I start trying to shill the contest on me getting 10,000 subscribers and this championship belt giveaway, don't matter. Just like Bronson Reed, love or hate it, he's gonna be in War Games. Love or hate it, I'm gonna do this until I get 10,000 subscribers. All you gotta do to win this belt is subscribe and comment down below. Hit the bell notification, and if you're so kind, give the video a thumbs up. I'm trying to quit my day job. No joke, trying to quit the day job, and yeah, so I need subscribers. I need people to watch my commercials. I need to figure out a way to pay the mortgage, and to do so, I'm going to have contests where I give away belts to you beautiful people. Kind of a win-win. You get a belt, I get subscribers, I get to quit my job, you get a belt, you get a belt. That's the key here, you get a belt. But yeah, please comment below and let's get to the next hot take. Donatello Leonardo, one of 4 members of this channel. We got Blade Master, we got Brian's Wrestling, we got It's Moneybird, and we got Donatello Leonardo. Can Roman please stop being mute anytime soon? They need to give him some actual mic time. Now, he's not complete mute. There have been a couple weeks where he did come out and actually did speak. In fact, last week he spoke when he was like, I'm sorry that you wasted my time to Jay. So he has spoken. I think they're doing a little bit of sometimes he speaks, sometimes he's mute. And then Donatello Leonardo says, also, let's hope that this is a transitional thing for Bronson Reed to get him into the main event scene. He doesn't need to be entangled in the Bloodline saga for long, but glad they are pushing him right now. 100%. If we gotta have him in War Games, let him come into War Games, and then let him exit out of War Games just being bigger than he already is, but no longer attached to Solo. Warrior Loxley, we didn't ask for Bronson Reed, we asked for Hikuleo. I hate this dude, Bronson Reed. That was ridiculous. I get why you want a Hikuleo. Hikuleo is a member of the Anoa'i family who would have been a perfect person to fit into the Bloodline. Not the Anoa'i family. He's actually a Tongan brother. The fact of the matter is, Hikuleo is a non-proven commodity, while Bronson Reed is. Had Hikuleo been introduced at Bad Blood or something, then totally acceptable. But for him to be inserted into a War Games main event just weeks out, it would probably be a disservice to the storyline and even Hikuleo. It is what it is at this point, and we're just going to have to enjoy what we got. Chris Gutierrez, I hate to say it, but Nia Jax has been a fantastic champion. She's definitely improved a ton and has elevated the division. And the thing that I like most about this statement is that you can tell that Chris at one point was a Nia Jax hater, and maybe he had good reasons to be a hater. I'm not saying like, oh, I hate Nia Jax because of this and this. No, he probably just didn't like her in-workability, her mic skills, whatever the case may be. But now he's saying that she's actually very good. She's elevated the division. She's doing what a champion needs to do. And that is key here. Just because we felt one way about something a year ago doesn't mean we have to feel the same way about it right now. It's called growing, you know? And I love that Chris is able to grow, and he saw that Nia is doing a fantastic job. Just because at one point she was horrible doesn't mean she's always going to be horrible. And I wish more people would be like Chris and just have an open mind when they watch things. Great comment, Chris. TTJC has 2 hot takes. Cody is too chill in these promos. Yeah, Cody usually has a really good fired up promo, but this one, you could tell he was angry, but even when he called out Kevin Owens, he was like, Kevin Owens, can you please come down? Even though you could tell he was boiling, his blood was boiling. I don't know, I just would have liked a little more heat. I would have liked that boiling to be on the surface as opposed to under the surface, but way better. I will give him that. 1,000 times better than last week. And his second one is Bronson in the Bloodline is something I never knew I needed. He's half Samoan and half New Zealander, so he fits in the Polynesian bloodline Solo has. You know what? I didn't know that. I kind of just thought he was Australian, to be honest with you. More importantly, we could watch him and Solo become blood brothers like Rikishi and Haku. Bronson could make a blood oath and connect his lineage to the Samoan dynasty like the Maivia family. The storyline possibilities for the pairing kind of have me interested more in Solo's side of things. I like that storyline because this whole, like, bloodline dynasty, they're not all interconnected through blood. Some of them are interconnected through just, like, the blood oath or tradition or this or that. And so why not just have a ceremony like that, and Bronson Reed becomes an actual bloodline member through the traditions of the past that they've already done to connect others. I like that idea. That is very, very intriguing. I like that, TTJC. You sometimes we're not on the same page, and sometimes you make me get on your page, and this is an excellent, this is good booking right here. NBA All-Star says Shinsuke Nakamura should beat LA Knight for the US Championship, especially since WWE hasn't used him in 6 months after he's been drafted, not to mention he loses literally every match he's in. Honestly, your reasoning for why he should win is actually a reason why, to me, he should lose. He doesn't really, WWE hasn't placed him in a way that makes him a credible champion. If he's lost every single match forever, why should he walk in and become US champion? However, I will say this though, I love Shinsuke Nakamura and he would be a great US champion, and I hate that he has lost so many in a row. So, I don't know, I have mixed feelings. I wish they would have built Shinsuke up some. I just wish they would have built him up some and then had this feud. Jay in Love. Naomi had a great showing. I really enjoyed that main event. I do feel like they should let Cody say more in his promos because they are lacking. This was one of his lesser promos of his fired up promos, because when he's fired up, he's usually really good, but this one felt a little weak, but way better than last week still. And yeah, Naomi had a very good showing. In fact, this was Naomi's best showing, maybe since coming back, to be honest with you. This is the Naomi that I want to see. I love Naomi, but I feel that sometimes that they just, I don't know, they just put her in this position. A solid good hand that's just always going to go out there smiling and be a babyface and get the cheers and set somebody up to look better. And I hate that because I feel Naomi could do so much more. She needs to get away from this dancing, smiling gimmick and just really show everybody what she has the capability of doing. And tonight though, in the ring, at least in the ring, she did. That was a great match. Candy Marmain. Why do I feel the Wise Man will turn on Roman Reigns? But why, Triple H, why? If this was Roman's first time ever really calling Paul Heyman since WrestleMania 40, that means when Paul Heyman was put through the table, Roman didn't even reach out to him. Roman Reigns, at his Hall of Fame speech, said, if there's no Wise Man, there's no Roman, there's no Tribal Chief. And yet, Paul Heyman, the Wise Man, gets destroyed and the Tribal Chief doesn't reach out to him? You know, that would be cause for Paul Heyman to turn, but where's the angle here? He comes in and he turns on Roman Reigns to side with Solo Sikoa, the guy who actually put him through the table. That doesn't make sense either. So maybe Paul doesn't turn on him yet. The turn might not happen at Survivor Series, but it might happen sometime next year. Deville Stewart. I can see Cody Rhodes going to talk with Triple H for a match at Survivor Series. It needs to happen. Book it. Also, Homelander Cody promos never disappoint. He was definitely more Homelander than usual here. Go back and look at Cody's facial expressions when he's calling out Kevin Owens, and then go and just Google or YouTube search Homelander facial expressions, the way they move their jaw and stuff when they're very, very angry and upset. Cody definitely gave off Homelander vibes here. But I don't think we're getting it at Survivor Series. I honestly think it's happening at Saturday main event. There's just too much going on right now at Survivor Series. And Cody Rhodes posted on his Instagram his schedule, and his schedule did not have November 30th, which is Survivor Series, on it. So I just don't think we're getting Cody at Survivor Series. And I don't think that's Cody's fault though. I think Cody, he wants the John Cena schedule. Cody would definitely be there. I think this is more a Triple H booking thing and how Triple H does things. Tis Mickey. Look at what they did to my Tribal Chief. They tsunami'd my Tribal Chief. Yeah, that's right. I just did a video saying who has Roman put over, and well, I guess we can add Bronson Reed to that list. As much as I wanted Carmelo to win the U.S. Championship, I want Shinsuke to win it 10 times more. He deserves it. I think I agree with you. I'm going to say I want Shinsuke to win it too, but I do have a little bit of reservations on how he's been booked. But if this allows him to have a hard reset, rejuvenate the career, then I'm all for it, because Shinsuke needs to go on one more main event run and win the title even. But let's start it off with the U.S. Championship, and maybe they can trade it back and forth. But yeah, Shinsuke Nakamura definitely would be a good choice to get that belt off LA Knight. And then she ends it with, did I mention what they did to my tribal chief? I love it. I love that while we don't want to see our beloved characters take the beat down, we understand that it's good for the storyline, and ultimately we love a great storyline. So yeah, I love it too. DeVille Stewart, before the show's ending, Roman made a call to the wise man, big pop from the crowd, but Paul Heyman's phone is disconnected. Remember though, after WrestleMania, Solo broke Paul's phone because he was going to call Roman Reigns. That's a good point. I did not factor that. However, if my phone were to break right now, I could just go and get my account and put my old number on a new phone. So that kind of goes against what you're saying here. But here's the thing. Maybe Paul had to get a new phone and they were like, hey, I'll give you a deal if you get a new number. And Paul took it because he's super cheap and they could just say that real quick. But that doesn't solve the problem that if you want somebody to have your new phone number, you can instantly just text them and say, hey, this is Paul Heyman, this is my new number. Trevon Davis, not much of a hot take, but Bronson and Jacob Fatu future tag team, holy crap, who would beat them? It should happen, needs to happen, has to happen. They would dominate and destroy the tag team landscape of WWE. Yeah, they would. Nobody would even have a chance. They would have to resurrect Andre the Giant and Yokozuna to beat those two. Those guys would be like crazy unstoppable. Cam Nami Nakamura looks like a Sith, kind of. No, he really does. He gave off Anakin Skywalker vibes. This Shinsuke Nakamura just came from the Jedi playroom and's like, where's LA Knight? Also, kind of obvious who Roman is going to get to be the fifth man now. Yeah, it seems like it's going to be Seth Rollins, but wait, just wait. That seems to be the obvious choice. We get Bronson Reed coming in. Who's Bronson fighting with? It's Seth Rollins. Even Solo and Seth had a confrontation last week, so it's like, yeah, it has to be Seth. But they kept saying, make the call, make the call. So we thought he was going to make the call to the fifth member, who was probably Seth Rollins, but no, Roman calls Paul Heyman. Why would he call Paul Heyman? What can Paul Heyman really do for War Games? Yeah, it'd be great to have the wise man there, and he would get the bags, he would do everything for them. They need the wise man, but what could he do as a fifth member? No, he cannot do nothing. So that means they're calling Paul Heyman so Paul Heyman can get them a fifth member, and who would that be? Two choices would be Brock Lesnar, who I don't see happening, and CM Punk. What if they need to make the call to Paul Heyman to get CM Punk? Because during the whole Bloodline saga, CM Punk and Roman, they actually don't have beef. They never had beef whatsoever. CM Punk never interacted with the tribal chief during his tyrannical reign. And so we get CM Punk coming aboard. That gives Seth Rollins even more reason to hate that he teamed up with Roman. You weren't here when Roman was doing everything. Makes perfect sense. Southpaw Jimmy. I need a good story for Legado del Fantasma. Escobar. Yeah, Legado del Fantasma. Yeah, what are you doing with those guys? Tonight, I think Escobar looked really good, and it was hilarious when he went, Escobar, see! Even LA Knight, go back and watch. LA Knight's face, he cracked up. He broke character. He thought it was so funny when he did that. What are we doing with them? If they're not championship material, that's fine, but can we give them a feud? They're decent. They're decent. And Berto did a good job tonight, even in the match. I'm actually, low-key, really kind of starting to like them. And if we don't got nothing from them, send them to have a program with D'Angelo's family on NXT. Maybe just for 1 or 2 months. Do something with them, though. Candy Marmain. I'm glad Cody is not joining Roman Reigns' team. Candy Marmain does not like Cody Rhodes, if you haven't caught on to that. But, yeah, I'm glad he's not joining either. But, I'll be honest with you, I would rather Cody join than Seth Rollins joins, because Cody and Roman already have a precedence of teaming up. I do not want Seth on Roman's team. Not because I don't like Seth, but because it makes the least amount of sense right now. So, I don't want Cody there. I don't want Seth there even more. Joe Litton, I love you so no. That Samoan spike out of nowhere from Solo Sikoa reminds me of the RKOs of heel Randy Orton. I love you, Solo. Yeah, it was really good that Solo is the one that put down Roman. Yeah, Jacob Fatu did his splash and everybody beat down Roman, but when it was all said and done, it was Solo Sikoa's spike that started that process. We need to stop letting Jacob do all of the beatdowns and start giving some of them to Solo as well. Right now, how I feel about Solo is how Joe does too. I love you, Solo! Feroa, 62-67. Finally, Big Bronson Reed is in the building, but I don't think Seth should be involved. Bronson Reed and Sami Zayn are enough. The OG Bloodline just needs to bring in a family member from outside. I vote Zilla Fatu. Even though earlier I said it would be unfair to put Hikuleo in, Solo Sikoa, he might not necessarily care as much as hiring some muscle to come in. You know, other than Roman, who wants it to be a Bloodline thing, Solo Sikoa might just be like, I'll hire the muscle. So Roman would actually probably want more of just an actual blood running through your veins member, which then his choices are Hikuleo, Zilla Fatu, and Lance. Lance is injured. Hikuleo is a Tongan brother, so probably going there. So that means Zilla Fatu, who's on the indie scene, would be the call-up, but he is really, really green. But you can mask that when there's so many people. I don't know. I get what you're saying, but Zilla Fatu, I don't know. I think CM Punk right now is the better choice, but if they did Zilla Fatu, while I might not pop as hard, I would not hate it. NBA All-Stars, Bronson Reed should not be involved in the Bloodline storyline. I agree. It should just be 4v4. But I understand why he's allowed in. Just like I said, Solo Sikoa, he's not above just saying, I'll hire some muscle to come in. But, yeah, he shouldn't be. Nobody else should be. It should literally be 4v4. Jay and Love. Street Profits deserve to be tag champs. I didn't agree with Triple H putting the tag titles on the Motor City Machine Guns and Jay and Love. I agree with you. It's a crime. At this point, it's a crime. We should probably arrest Triple H and put him in jail for 1 week for all that he has not done with the Street Profits. Those guys scream superstar. All right? Even Angelo Dawkins, who everybody thinks is going to fail once Montez Ford goes on his own, that guy has tons of personality. It's just Montez Ford has so much more personality. Give these guys the belt. I get why you put it on the Motor City Machine Guns. It was kind of like, it was a crazy little hot shot. You know, got people talking about the tag team division, kind of a reset. But I just wish the Motor City Machine Guns would have built up to their victory. But whatever. What's done is done. If we're not going to pull the trigger on Montez Ford being a single star, let him elevate the tag team division. Let them elevate the tag team division. They've got the personality. They literally can do it. Give them a chance. Monster Jam Brawny, I think Bronson Reed and or Braun Breaker's gimmick are very boring because I feel like the monster wrestling trope has been done to death. I could name countless monsters. Kane, Yokozuna, Ken Shamrock, Brock Lesnar, Vladimir Kozlov, the Great Khali. I could do this all day. You are not wrong here. The monster gimmick trope has been done to death, but it's a trope for a reason and it's not going to go away. It just won't. It just, seriously, will never go away and you're just going to have to deal with it. And I don't know. I don't hate him. I like him, Monster Jam Brody, but that's totally okay. We tend to not always have the same opinion on things, so you're allowed your opinion. I'm allowed my opinion. We're allowed to still enjoy each other. I enjoy reading your comments. You enjoy, hopefully, my videos. I enjoy them. You don't. And it is what it is at this point, but thank you for the comment. You are heard, my friend. Christian Jasso, decent promo that Cody should have cut last week. Yeah, 100%. He should not have just gone into the ambulance and not done nothing. He should have came out and been fired up and said, Kevin, come out here now. You don't wait a week to defend your friend, you defend your friend right in the moment. So I agree with you. Decent promo, Cody, but 1 week too late. But hey, better late than never. WTF patch. Candice LeRae should have won the triple threat. Bayley winning the match just isn't that much interesting. And yeah, I agree. I'm loving Candice LeRae. I love the fact that a bunch of characters are just kind of finally coming into their own. This Candice LeRae, I've had zero opinion of her since forever. As long as I've known of Candice LeRae, I've had zero feelings whatsoever of her, and I'm digging her. She is doing a great job right now. Candice LeRae, keep it up, and I agree, she should have won. This needs to be a mid-card title, and keep the main eventers out of it for the most part. The Smartest Idiot, still with my favorite name. I would love DIY to go full heel together, because I don't want to see them break up, as I just really got interested in them together. I am loving Tommaso Ciampa. Again, here's a character I had very little opinion of, and now suddenly I'm like, this dude is awesome. I love his intensity. I'm with you, the Smartest Idiot. Johnny Gargano, while yeah, it's kind of teasing the breakup, it's too soon to break them up. Yeah, they've already had their DIY breakup story and rivalry in NXT, but the main roster people, most of the people have not seen it. Negligence. I can't believe Cody said something other than I respect you, Kevin. This is truly a monumental moment. He's finally sounding like a true champion. Okay, so I believe he's being a little facetious here, but he kind of has a point. Just let a lot of jokes have a little bit of truth in it, and sometimes Cody might do a little less I respect you and a little more I'm gonna beat the crap out of you. So yeah, monumental moment indeed. Gotham Nation! Dark Nakamura, insane look is amazing. It looks like a Sith in Star Wars. Him being the one to dethrone LA Knight US title feels right. He definitely does look like a Sith Lord. He looks menacing and evil. Let Nakamura win and let them trade it back and forth. And at the end of the day, maybe LA Knight is the one that walks away with it. Or maybe Shinsuke does and LA Knight goes to the main event. But this would give Shinsuke the credibility that he has lost, that he needs. Shazam Hassan, when Cody told Nick Aldis something along the lines of, you don't want your WWE champion breaking into people's houses during a promo, I couldn't help but respond, but I do. Wow. Yeah. Excellent comment. You know what? Stone Cold broke into Brian Pillman's house. He wasn't champion, but he did. And that elevated him to the point where people saw him as a champion. And Triple H broke into Randy Orton's house. They even commented on that like 2 or 3 shows ago. That's what champions do, Cody. You know, you get somebody mad enough, then you go break into their house. Heck, LA Knight did that to AJ Styles just last year. Yeah, Nick might not want you doing that, but us fans do. Awesome comment. I love that. That might be comment. Like, very understated and yet powerful. And those are your Smackdown hot takes for November 15th. I appreciate every single one of you taking the time to comment and also taking the time to watch the video towards the end. You wouldn't believe how much it helps when you actually watch the video all the way to the end. It shows the YouTube algorithm that this video is interesting. So if you ever find it not interesting, just hit mute and let it keep playing. Guys, girls, have a great day.